Welcome back, everybody, to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, Crypto Bro, also known as Brian. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming through. I hope everybody's having a great, exciting and happy Thursday evening / early Friday morning. We have plenty to discuss today in the general market as a whole. Plenty of requests today as well. Actually, let me pull those up real quick here. Yeah, we have plenty of requests, and a request to cover a little bit of Fibonacci tool usage and so on and so forth, which we'll definitely cover here. Actually, maybe I make that the very first thing here. So we'll just cut to the chase, right? Cut to the chase. Starting off with NASDAQ here today, I'm going to show you guys a little bit how I use the Fibonacci extensions here, right? The way I mostly use it here is I play basically the medium time frame structure. Basically the last macro low and the previous macro top here to get a general idea of potential all-time high targets. I don't really use Fibonacci retracements because, upon a breakdown, I can usually identify potential targets to the downside with my horizontals here. So typically I don't use, retracement levels. I actually love to use extensions though, because it gives me a general idea of potentially where the bots and algorithms are set up to, take profits, when you see price action achieve new all-time highs. So give you an example here, Fibonacci tool, boom, very first one right here. I have it favorited. And for extensions, again, like I said, I'm using the last structural low and the prior top here, right? So I'm going to line it up with the top. And again, for extensions, you want to go down. You want to lead it down. And you can use a wick, wicking basis. I've seen it done on a wicking basis, and I've actually used it with wicks before. But again, I am more comfortable with the candle body closures here. It all depends on what I'm seeing, right? It all depends on what the price action is telling me. It all depends on what's going on in the market. This is, a really good placement in my opinion for the Fibonacci extension zones to be identified here. Again, top of the structure, which is the prior all-time high, or the current all-time high. Line it up with that, and then just drag it down. You click once, you drag it down. Actually, I need to readjust that just a hair. There we go. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect, just to give you a general idea here. And sometimes I like to use these for, take profit zones on new all-time highs here. So that's kind of how I use it. You can use it from a macro perspective here, which is, in my opinion, for this one, a little bit more difficult because, really, you're talking about, maybe something looking like this. And this is why I don't use macro here. Because it is pretty vast. But again, it does give you a general idea, maybe from a long-term standpoint here, of where price action could go, after achieving new all-time highs again. I don't use the macro. Again, I try to use the structural way, just because I play it level by level. I take my time with this kind of thing here, and when I use the current structure, it gives me an idea where I can take profit. I can take profit real quick because I'm always looking for pullbacks anytime price action meets the Fibonacci extension targets here. And without further ado, we'll go over plenty more examples of Fibonacci extensions here. Let's do some analysis. So looking here, continuation as of yesterday here, another wick past the all-time high here. Obviously, from a candle body closing perspective here, we did see a little bit of rejection. Still rejecting, but again, not a death sentence in my opinion. I am still looking for the one spot 272 Fibonacci extension, somewhere around $16,050 as the next tentative target for price action here. We do see stochastics starting to, I mean, it's kissing the exponential. There is a little bit of lifting pressure, right, upside pressure on the stochastics right now, but nothing too definitive yet, in my opinion. RSI, again, long-term structure, still very, very, very valid. Still maintaining structure above the positively sloped exponential here and above that 50 read. That is a very crucial read here for bullish momentum, in my opinion. Same, kind of the same disposition here. I am going to be looking for that resistance to break at some given point in time here above 15,700, and if that condition is met, followed by the secondary condition of confirming this region, the breakout point, as new tentative support, I will look for extension to the one spot 272 here. However, this is a higher low. I mean, again, I'm looking at this kind of like an inconsequential higher low. Structurally, maybe it's not structural, right? Like this low here is structural, right? This is a very, very, very decent base low. The proof is in the pudding here, not only on stochastics but on RSI as well, that this is proved to be a structural low right here. Albeit we did come off of a little bit of a downtrend for a while. I was a little nervous that this might switch and flip to a bearish market, but guess what? It was bearish short term. Boom, macro low. Boom. Nice, beautiful lift off as a result here. Again, looking for extension of one spot 272 is kind of my game right now until proven otherwise. And the only proof otherwise for now would be a break below this horizontal supports at 15,330 in conjunction with that 21 exponential. I would be looking for a secondary candle closure to confirm before looking for a general pullback all the way to the next horizontal, somewhere around 14,009. And then I would come back and do redisposition. However, from that sentiment standpoint, It's kind of not how I'm feeling. It's kind of not how I'm feeling with this market right now. Again, stochastics deep in the bullish critical zone here, and you know, we're starting to see, you know, potential to start seeing this coil around a little bit. And anytime I see like this, anytime I start seeing coiling and shit like this in the damn, I keep saying bearish, in the bullish critical zone, I get like, my little whiskers go, and I get real excited, right? Because that's just a show of power. That's a show of force in any, you know, in any asset here. You know, I love the coiling. I love, you know, here's a real good example here. Starting to coil in the bullish critical zone here, and you can see the results. I love when stochastics is coiling in the critical zone. It is a very, very, very big show of power, show of force from the bullish perspective. And if we do start seeing that coiling, you know, generate here on stochastics, I'm going to get very, very, very excited for price action, especially if we confirm support on new all-time highs. That's going to do it for NASDAQ here. What is SPY futures up to? New all-time highs confirmed again yesterday on a candle body closing basis. Target hasn't been met to the 1.272. We've actually just printed a low. Holy shit, we printed a low. Yeah, we printed a low right here. Again, this could be you know, an inconsequential low. Obviously, this low down here is more structural than not. This one, not so much. But guess what? A higher low, nonetheless, has been confirmed on this market for the first time since the 11th of October here. The 1.272 Fibonacci extension is still going to be my primary target here, somewhere around 46.30. Give or take a few bucks. And again, I would be looking for a pullback in that general region upon the condition of that target being met. Give me 1 second. Gotta get my water. Again, same thing. Same thing. Again, same thing with Fibonacci extensions. Again, since we're doing you know, a little bit of a bullish thing here, you know, I'll lay out this Fibonacci extension again. I'm using the all-time, the current, damn it, the previous all-time high. Hold on 1 second. I'm too excited. I'm always so excited to be here with you guys. Like, seriously, I'm so excited to provide this content. I get my words mixed up. I get too excited. Excited is you know, a good emotion that I'm trying to learn to control it and slow the fuck down a little bit. All right, so Fibonacci again. If you're looking for the tool, it's the very first one right here. When you open up this little arrow in this toolbox here, boom, Fib retracement. I have it. Excuse me, I have it favorited, but you can use a hotkey Alt plus F to summon it. I just like to do this. Line it up, right? If you're getting an extension, you want to line it up at the top, the previous all-time high, right? We're not looking at the new all-time highs yet because we don't have, excuse me, we don't have a base low off of this all-time high yet, right? So this all-time high is it's irrelevant as far as lining up your fibs. What is relevant is what has been confirmed already, the all-time high that was prior, boom, to the lows. And again, you can use a wicking basis. You see a lot of support here on this level right now at 42.60 spot 75. As you know, you could line it up either way. Again, there is almost no wrong answer. If you want to line it up with candle bodies, which I prefer, you can do that. If you prefer a wick basis, again, both are valid. Both are valid placements for the Fibonacci extensions here. Again, while I do prefer, you know, the candle bodies here, wicks are still, you know, wicks are still a thing that you can play with here. And that's pretty much it as far as extension. Now, if you want to do retracement, you got to do kind of the same thing. You do the same thing, but in reverse here, right? You look for the, you look for the structural low. You start at the bottom. Remember, when you do extensions, you want to click on the top first and drag down. When you're looking for retracement levels, you want to click on the bottom and drag it up. Okay, boom. There you have it. You know, there's your retracement zones right there, and you can see the spot 618 here, perfectly aligned with this horizontal support. The spot 382 perfectly aligned with the horizontal support. The 236 is very close to that horizontal support. Again, you get a general idea of where your support and resistance levels are with the extension and the retracement levels on the Fibonacci. That's about as far as I take the knowledge on Fibonacci. Because I like to use it for extensions here, and I do sometimes use it for retracements, but again, like I said before, 9 times out of 10, the major ones are lined up with horizontals, right? Kind of an outlier here. The spot 5 here is not lined up with a horizontal, but I have a feeling that I could find one. I bet you I could find one. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Found one. There's a resistance level right here. Again, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna pull up your extensions or your retracements, and you're gonna find that a lot of your retracement or extension levels here are lined up with a lot of your horizontal support and resistance. This is why I prefer not to use retracement levels, just because, you know, I utilize it to you know, set take profit zones, and I use my horizontal support levels as, you know, level by level. I play it level by level. If I see a break, I look for the first level first, unless it's some kind of like cataclysmic decline that no one can, you know, basically look for. It's gonna generally play level by level, and that's kind of how I like to use it. But you know, hopefully that answers some questions. Again, I'll go over a couple of more examples. Maybe on different time frames. Maybe I'll cover Bitcoin with that weekly H104. We'll get to that. But looking at this price action here, I'm still looking for new all-time highs. We actually confirmed new all-time highs on yesterday's candle closure. Looking for more. I don't know what the fuck. Why is it? All right. Anyone watching this video, pay attention to this question, because I wanna engage with the audience, and I want a legitimate answer to the question. Today is not the fucking 28th. Today is the 29th, actually. Why is today's candle say the 28th? Did it open on the 28th? Maybe that's it. I don't know, but it always gets me a little bit when I look at the clock and it says the 29th, but this says the 28th. It throws me off a little bit, but it is what it is. The only thing that's going to bar me from thinking new all-time highs is the general disposition of this is a pullback. Obviously, you know, we have a little bit of a low right here. Any kind of closure below this support level at 45, spot 75 will convince me of a slight change of behavior, maybe on the shorter term time frames. And I would look for a general pullback to the next support, right around 44.78, or maybe even the yellow 21 exponential, maybe confirm a macro high or low. I'm not looking down, you guys. I'm looking up. Again, stochastic looking real juicy here in the bullish critical zone here in RSI. Still stair-stepping its way towards the top, you know, towards the bullish control zone here. Very, very, very positive structure. I like it. I like it for more all-time highs here until proven otherwise. Probably the same thing for Dow Jones here. Yeah, looking for a potential low. Not confirmed, obviously. We need to see a little bit of continuation first before we can get that confirmation on the RSI here. But we got a nice support on the red 10 simple. That's a really juicy signal. We broke through resistance here, so I will look for a back test to confirm it as new tentative support before looking for what? Again, that 1 spot 272 Fibonacci extension target somewhere around, what, 36,000 bucks? 36,130, give or take a few bucks here. That'd be the general target to the upside. And again, this is the structure that I'm using here. You know, here's my one line. I'll go ahead and plot it again for you guys, just because I can, right? Just because I can. Again, top of the prior all-time high, boom. And this is a perfect example of where I am using a wicking basis. This price action's real choppy here, and I see a lot of touch points on this support level here. So I thought it to be a extremely valid, you know, Fibonacci zero line here. So that's kind of where I have my zero lined up with the wicks. You know, we do have a candle body right around this region, but a lot of wicks have touched this region here for this structural low here, and I'm considering that valid for this one. Again, it all depends on how you perceive what you're looking at here, and for this one, I do believe wicks are you know, a really good one. Ever since we confirmed new all-time highs, I'm still going to be looking for the 1 spot 272. We do have a potential low in formation. The thing that will convince me that this is a low is a break of the current all-time high at 35,864. Any candle closure above there, 1 spot 212 is what I'm going to, excuse me, 1 spot 272 is what I'm going to be looking for here. Same thing, stochastics. Looking not as pressured from the bottom up here, but nonetheless, we still see stochastics remain in the bullish critical zone here. Very, very, very nice structure. As long as stochastics remains in the bullish critical zone here, I have no reason to be bearish. RSI, again, bouncing off the positively sloped exponential here, holding it as support with girth, with extra strength here, and looking at a very sharp north incline here. I like it. I like it for continuation. And again, unless we see some kind of reversion below the 21 exponential, I'm looking up, you guys, but let's talk about that condition. Any closure below the yellow 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for the next level down, which would be this at 34,870. Any closure below there, again, level by level, I'll be looking for 34,390. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave the Dow Jones Industrial here. I wonder if Dixie is still boring as shit. I guarantee it is. No! Okay! So we have a breakdown. We have confirmation on the dollar! What the fuck? Alright, so confirmation of a greater pullback, right? Confirmation of a greater pullback is what I'm looking for. Reversal, no. Again, when I look for reversal, I look for macro structure to be broken. This is the macro low. Every low above this, in my opinion, is inconsequential to the macro. Now, if we see price action approach the 92.12 region, then I get concerned for the macro behavior, right? But medium-term behavior, micro perspective, we have a little bit of a downtrend. Confirmed. Boom. And we have our break of support here. Now looking at a potential back test to confirm as new tentative resistance, at which point, if confirmed as new tentative resistance in 17 hours, 58 minutes, I will be looking for a greater pullback all the way down to this region here at 92.90. Now we'll just call it 93 even here, which is extremely exciting as far as the general market is concerned. Give me a second. Stochastics, coiling a little bit. Again, the same sentiment applies. If we see coiling in the bullish control zone, excitement for the bulls. If we see coiling in the bearish control zone or the bearish critical zone, excitement for the bears, right? So we have a nice break below the 21 exponential, and look at that. We have a potential warning shot fired here. Warning shot has been fired with that first closure, that first break of the 21 exponential, forcing it to a negative slope here. Not only that, but confirming a new low below this low here. Boom. Now we see RSI back down to that diagonal trend line. So maybe, maybe this could potentially be the region where we see that, secondary macro higher low formulate, right? That is one of the possibilities here, that we have been looking for another, structural low for quite some time here. This could potentially be it. From an RSI perspective, again, we are seeing support on that diagonal trend line, and that diagonal trend line is as valid as fucking valid gets here. Literally anyone that tells me that this isn't valid, I might slap them. I'll slap you, motherfucker. But we see support right now, for now. But confirming resistance here, in my opinion, generally not a good look here. Not a good look here. And we do see expanding volatility back up. This was actually ticked to the downside the other day. And now we're back up. Now we're back up. So volatility is expanding as price action goes to the downside. I don't think the big bad move is here yet, right? We're still in the blue on volatility here. We haven't reached the maximum height yet. So don't get too excited, right? Just let the price action play out a little bit. Wait for confirmation here. That's what I'm looking for. Today's confirmation day. If we close below this this support level and confirm it as tentative resistance, I will be looking for a greater pullback all the way down to 93 bucks even, at which point I think the stock market's going to see a little bit more green, which is kind of cool, right? But be wary, be wary, be wary. Any low that closes above this low here would be considered a structural low if we saw a vast continuation. And that's pretty much it right now. I'm kind of biased to the downside until proven otherwise, and that proof otherwise would be recovery back above that 21 exponential with an open and closure to confirm it as support. If that condition is met, I'll look for the next resistance here at 94, followed by the next resistance potentially at 94.36, and that's where I'll leave it for the dollar index here. Let's go ahead and move on. Bitcoin, boom! This one looking for a low. This one's looking for a potential low right now. Again, I'm not saying that it has to happen. It's not guaranteed. We got a little bit of a scare on that 21, but guess what? That 21's not resistance, boys! Still in my trade, still in my position here on the 21 trade right now. I got in, as close as I could to the 21 before, not really thinking that we saw, we could see a little bit more of a decline. We did. My position got hairy right off the bat, but guess what? I stayed disciplined. I didn't close my position. I'm looking for this to continue to new all-time highs, right? We do see our RSI, boom, putting in a nice bounce right here. This could potentially be our low, right? What would convince me that this is a low? I would have to say a closure above the red 10 simple, preferably a close on the wick high at the current moment in time at 62,200 bucks. Any closure there or higher, I'm going to be looking for the all-time high to get tested at 66,000 bucks and likely further. I would likely extend my target to the upside somewhere around 73,200 bucks or the 1.272 Fibonacci extension. And again, for Bitcoin, same thing applies here for the Fibonacci's. I'll go ahead and delete that. Boom, extensions, current high and current low. Boom. There's your Fibonacci's, right? What was that example? What was that example where I couldn't use the current high? NASDAQ, right? I can't use the current high on NASDAQ because, it's pretty much at the current high. SPY futures is a level based off of the all-time high right here. For Bitcoin, I'm using the current high because we've confirmed the top, right? We've confirmed the top. So, you know, this region here becomes very valid, whereas SPY futures here, we have not confirmed the top on this section. So I can't really say with confidence that I can put, I can drag my extensions from the top of this structure here. I have to use the prior all-time high because the new all-time high hasn't confirmed the top yet, whereas Bitcoin, though, Bitcoin has confirmed the top off of its new all-time high, which provides the point of genesis for a new Fibonacci extension tool here. So with that being said, that's how I laid it out. Current low, current high, boom, you have your Fibonacci extensions. And the same thing applies for retracements here. Boom. Oh, that's the wrong fucking tool, Brian. Current low, current high. There's your retracements here. And retraced to almost the 382 here. Again, it's not going to be perfectly aligned with your supports, but close enough is close enough, guys. You lay these Fibonacci retracement levels out, and 9 times out of 10, they'll be pretty damn close with a lot of your horizontal support or resistance lines. More so if you're using a wicking basis, right? I'm not using a wicking basis. I'm using this resistance that has flipped into new tentative support here. We do see a wick on the support here to confirm it. Boom. Back to the upside. I like this for continuation, to be quite honest with you. I can't sit here and lie. The only thing that's a little concerning is that critical signal below the 50 read here on stochastics, but we do see a little bit of that upward pressure. The thing that's going to really, grind my gears here is if we close above 62,000 bucks, preferably from a conservative standpoint above this resistance of 63,000. If that condition is met, I'll be looking for new all-time highs. However, if we see a reversion back below the 21 exponential, things get a little dicey here. Things get a little dicey as the downside target. Again, is this blue box territory for a structural high or low? Yes, this could prove to be the structural high or low, but if it doesn't, this is going to be the region here that I'm going to be looking for that structural high or low to play out. Again, I am macro bullish right now on Bitcoin, seeing new all-time highs confirmed. I don't think Bitcoin, comes off of a major decline, a 50% decline, and then sets in a bull run, basically confirming something that's never been confirmed on the H104 on the weekly time frame, just to touch it, just to barely touch a new all-time high and then fail, right? Greater pullback to the blue box territory, in my opinion, would be a really great buy opportunity. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my thought process on what I have planned and what I have set up for my own trades and positions here. That blue box territory, in my opinion, is going to be a phenomenal fucking opportunity here for the long side. As again, we just confirmed new all-time highs. I don't think this run is done. This run, in my opinion, is brand new. And you can take the prior run here as a tentative example. How fucking long did this run go? A fucking year. And now we're on another run that's only 1 or 2 months old. I don't think that run comes to an end at the end of one or 2 months. Again, my own personal opinion, my own personal bias. I'm a huge believer in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's price action has proven all the doubters wrong. Look at the fucking price. Paying $61,300 for a Bitcoin right now. I think it's going to continue to climb here. And if it doesn't, in the short, medium term here, blue box territory is what I'm looking for upon confirmation below that 21 exponential, at which point I'm going to be throwing buys. I'm going to be throwing buys into that region here. Obviously, I would put in a little bit of an open short upon a confirmation closure below that 21 exponential for the short ride. I'd probably close the entire position on the first touch of this support level here, and then I would look for buy opportunities anywhere in this blue box territory for new all-time highs. That's it for Bitcoin. What's next? Hall of Fame. This one bouncing a little bit. This one hits a little bit of a bounce right now. Let's look at stochastics curling back up. Little bit of strength, but guess what? We're still in the bearish critical zone. Nothing definitive. RSI bouncing back up towards the top side of the bearish control zone here for the first time since entry. I like that look here, but do I like it for long-term continuation? Fuck no. I'm actually going to be looking for a test of the $2.42 region here or the red 10 simple for rejection. The overall target still remains $1.98 until proven otherwise, and the only proof otherwise that I have to lay out for everybody here today, ladies and gentlemen, is the 21 exponential. An open and closure above that 21 exponential would convince me of a position to take here, as we would see momentum oscillators, boom, curl back up. Now, the thing that to kind of identify here is we are seeing a little bit of expansion on volatility here. Again, nothing nothing definitive, nothing enough for me to confirm it as legitimate expansion, but we are seeing a little bit of a spike up here in volatility here today on today's closure for the Hall of Fame. Maybe that leads to something to come, but we are coming close to our climax resolution point of the 10th of November here. So, I do believe this comes to resolution here in the next couple of weeks. Pay attention here, whether that be to the upside or to the downside. My disposition still is the same. $1.98 is going to be my target here until proven otherwise, and that proof otherwise would be an open closure back above the 21, at which point I would look for the next resistance here. Actually, no. I'd actually look for this region here, about 2.63 as the next target to the upside. Again, if confirmed. Wait for confirmation. We have confirmation of jack shit. We have one green candle in a sleuth of a bear market for the Hall of Fame right now, and a green candle doesn't tell me shit. Not only that, but we didn't even confirm a low on that on that green candle here today. So, still looking for that downside. Still looking for that downside until proven otherwise here. Not really using Fibonacci retracements, although I could. I definitely could. Let's look for it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the 1.272 Fibonacci retracement. $1.98. You can't make it up. You can't make it up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make it up. Gotta love technical analysis. I fucking love this job. I love trading. I'm so addicted to it. It's... Moving on. That's the Hall of Fame. Real quick, real simple, real easy. Am I forgetting anything? AMC? Do I want to do AMC? No. It's same disposition as the previous streams. Down for AMC. Broken triangle structure here. Our stochastics in the bearish critical zone. Not good. RSI breaking structure. Not good. Good luck hopiums for AMC. This one's looking like it wants to come down. MMAT. I was asked to do MMAT. MMAT is below the 21 exponential right now. I'm looking down. I'm definitely looking down on this one here. We do have, we do technically have rising lows, but this isn't definitive, right? This isn't enough to convince me that we're looking at a macro uptrend right now. What I see is the potential for a macro downtrend, closing below resistance and continuing to use it as tentative resistance here. No low call. Again, same kind of signature as the Hall of Fame here, except this one's breaking through the bottom side of the bearish control zone. Again, nothing definitive. Again, as far as the long side is concerned, until we see a break of this resistance at $4.85 in conjunction with the 21 exponential, we see the negative slope on the 21 exponential, and the red 10 simple is actually dictating price at the current moment in time. I'm looking down. Target being, again, $3.61 until proven otherwise. That proof otherwise would be a break of resistance in conjunction with an open and closure above the 21 exponential. If that condition is met, then yes, I would be looking for the next target at 624.